When it comes down to it, people are not good at being aware of themselves, especially things that are uncomfortable or that we don't like. Sigmund Freud named this projection. This is one of the defense mechanisms that he talked about that still very much hold true. A lot of Sigmund Freud, the godfather of psychodynamic theory and psychotherapy, a lot of his stuff is kind of wackadoo, but this concept of projection has been spot on from the beginning. And this is where we have a part of ourselves that we don't like, that we dislike so much that we repress into unconscious awareness. And then when we think we recognize it in other people, we redirect that energy towards them and blame them, criticize them, objectify them as the holders of this aspect or this character trait that we recognize as a piece of us and really don't like. We feel free to be annoyed with it when we think we see it in someone else. Now, realistically, while everybody does it to some degree because we're human beings and we have a highly abstract relationship with ourselves and our reality, those of us who are relatively stable and self-aware can recognize when we're doing this and uncomfortable and learn to slow down with other people, regulate ourselves, and develop more trust and understanding with them. When we do not have that level of self-awareness or are not stable, we blame other people for it and cannot handle the accountability coming back because it so much disagrees with who the person sees themselves as fundamentally. Remember, they are projecting that onto the other person and they are not consciously aware of it oftentimes. And they're stuck in this loop of confirmation bias, stuck by their own anger. That's the importance of making sure that we can modulate anger and use it for motivation when it's appropriate. However, we must make sure that once we get to that scratch line, and especially once we're interacting with other people, that we can regulate it and lean into the more vulnerable feelings underneath and be accountable for what's going on so we can actually encounter the other individual on the other side of the interaction. Otherwise, it's all just defense mechanism reacting to defense mechanism and projection fighting against projection, and everything either escalates, someone engulfs the other party, or everybody separates and is scared of or ashamed to affiliate with other people. They become division of tribal lines. This is a big problem these days, so that the more that we have the right language to talk about projection, how it happens, healthy adaptive versions of it, as well as unhealthy versions of it, how we set limits with it and protect our own vibration with healthy boundaries, the more that we can navigate through all these spaces. I know that can all sound like a mouthful. Keep in mind that I'm a psychotherapist. I talk about this stuff and think about this stuff like all day, every day. So if you want more information about it in a real down-to-earth approach, keep watching this page, keep seeing what we're talking about, or check us out online.